Good evening and welcome. This is a regular meeting of the Princeton Planning Board on November 2nd, 2023. Pursuant to Section 13 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of the time and place of this meeting has been given by prominently posting the resolution of regularly scheduled meetings of the Planning Board of Princeton for February 2023 through January 2024. A copy was filed with the Clerk of Princeton on January 17th, 2023. Legal notice on the adoption of said resolution was published in the January 13th, 2023 edition of the Princeton Packet. Notice of this meeting also has been posted to the municipal website, princetonnj.gov/calendar. Notice that all regular and special meetings of the Princeton Planning Board will be held electronically via Zoom, was transmitted to the Princeton Packet and the Times, and was filed with the Clerk of Princeton on Tuesday, January 17th, 2023. Please note that this meeting is being recorded. Carrie, would you call the roll, please?
Certainly. Ms. Capozzoli, Mr. Chow, Mr. Cohen, Mr. McGowan,
Here.
Mr. O'Donnell,
Here.
Mr. Quinn,
Here.
Ms. Sachs, Mr. Taylor,
Here.
Mr. Boddigheimer, Mrs. Wilson.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay.
Did you call Mr. Texani?
Yeah, did you call Zenon?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't check off his name. Mr. Tech Charney.
Oh, good, because I wasn't paying attention.
sorry.
Here.
Don't you
I know
dare.
Phil Chow should be coming also.
Yeah, he asked me to send him an invite, so I'm doing that
Yeah.
too.
Okay. I'm here.
Great. Good. So let's just even as we're waiting for Mr. Chow, go into announcements. Justin?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. The master plan draft document has been posted on the Engagement Hub, engage.princetonmasterplan.org, on the municipal website, on the front page, on the planning board page, planning department page, and master plan page. And additionally, we have hard copies of it at the library and at our office, the planning department at 400 Witherspoon on the top floor. If any members of the public or yourselves are interested in looking at a hard copy of the plan. We did all that in anticipation of the November 9th meeting to have the hearing on the master plan. So we've fulfilled all the 10-day requirements of the municipal land use law to have the meeting. And then we obviously we want as many people to access the plan and attend that meeting. So just once again, that the plan is out there. For members of the public, please attend on the 9th or send email any questions you might have. Members of the planning board, if you'd like to meet, I would very much, I'd be happy to do that, answer any questions or discuss anything you would like.
Okay.
Great.
Just to clarify, Justin, when you say if you'd like to meet, you mean individually with you, correct? Is that
Yes.
not
absolutely.
as a board?
No, nope.
Okay, great.
And
And
just,
you might have said this, Justin, but did you mention that there are copies available at the library?
Yes.
Okay.
If you go, I think if you just go downstairs and ask them, they'll bring you to the Princeton room. What is that? I've been in there so many times. At the second floor.
It is on the second floor.
Yeah.
Correct.
So if you ask any of the wonderful librarians there, I'm sure they would point you that way.
Great.
As well as our office at 400 Witherspoon as well.
Yes. Good.
and Justin, for the Office of Planning Advocacy and the County Planning Board, obviously they have to get a copy, an actual
Mhm.
copy. Did we give them hard copy, or how was it? Was it by Dropbox? How did we do that?
We mailed it. We printed it. It took a while, and we mailed it. We did all that on Monday. So.
Holy mackerel. Okay.
Yeah.
Zenon Techzarny?
Well, I'm just curious, like, if this is the final version, or if are we expecting to make any revisions? I know that we had exchanged emails about that, but if we're sending it to the state planning office, is it already a done deal?
No. So we're required to send them the draft.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, yeah, we send the county and the state planning office the draft, and then we'll have to send them the final once adopted. To answer your question, the plan can be amended before that final adoption.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you for that question. That's so important for folks to understand.
Mm-hmm. And
Any,
as you all know, we've been polling to see if we need additional dates when we might have them. So November 9th, you know, especially if we get a lot of public comment, most likely will not be the only meeting, the only hearing on the plan.
right.
But
But we
do we
can't,
want to talk? Oh,
we
sorry.
we can't do it on Christmas Eve because Tim said that's going to be devoted to land.
Yeah, yes. I thought Thanksgiving night and Christmas Eve will be with an option
we'll
for
hold
New
off.
Year, with an option for New Year's Eve, stopping by midnight.
What I was going to ask is, do we want to talk about the master plan subcommittee meeting, potential master plan subcommittee meeting, or?
Yeah, I don't think there hasn't been anything scheduled, and I think we'll have clarity on that at the hearing on the 9th.
Okay.
So we will have clarity before that, and will be announced on the 9th, sort of what the process is going to be for comment and
Mhm.
potential follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I should mention too, we have the October 19th meeting. It's on YouTube and it's on the Engagement Hub. October 19th meeting of the planning board where we had the 3+ hour presentation and board questions. If any members of the public would like to watch that, or if you would like to revisit that, we anticipate most of the hearing will be devoted to public comment. So we're not gonna, you know, have another 3-hour presentation.
Yeah, there'll be an introduction of some kind.
Mhm.
But I know it's been said probably twice by now, but you know, any questions, suggestions, comments, etc., please reach out to Justin, you know, before the 9th so that we can make sure to address and incorporate and etc.
Mhm.
Okay. Any other questions for Justin, or any other announcements from board members or from staff? Okay. I don't think that we have any subcommittee reports tonight. Am I right about that?
You're correct.
Good.
The
and
record reflect that Mr. Chow has arrived and is
Yes, thank you.
under Mr. Texarni's name.
Yeah, I don't think I ever received
Oh,
the right Zoom, so. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I
We're good.
had a bit of a Zoom issue myself, but I thought, Phil, that it might be because I'm recused from the Landwin application. And anyway, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for persisting. We had minutes on the agenda from June 15th, but we're postponing those because they weren't quite ready for prime time. So having just pointed out again that I'm recused from the Landwin application, I would now turn the virtual gavel over to Mr. Quinn and ask the staff to move me over to the attendees where I can watch the rest of the proceedings.
thank you, Madam Chair. This application is Landwin Development. It's preliminary and final major subdivision and site plan, 725 and 823 Herrontown Road and 915 Mount Lucas Road, block 1001, lots 1, 2, and 14. File number P1818-648 SPF. and this is the 1,719th day of this application. And I'm going to ask Mr. Weissman to update us on the status of some reports that will send us all home early. Well, we're all home, but
And
Thank
Tim,
you.
if I just may state at the outset, the board does have jurisdictions, had jurisdiction for quite a while. The last time this was before the board was on September 21, and it was carried to tonight.
thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Jerry, would you like to swear me in for this?
Have you been sworn? I thought you were sworn
I
previously.
have, yes. Yeah.
It's-
So the applicant has provided revised stormwater management reports and details. These are in response to Mr. Scupian's stormwater review letter in April 2023. These documents the revised documents have been reviewed, and Mr. Scupian advised that the application still cannot be determined to be compliant with the Princeton Stormwater Control Ordinance. In order to maintain compliance with the municipality's MS4 permit, that's municipal separate storm sewer system, staff recommends that the board does not take action until the application is determined to be compliant with the stormwater ordinance. One item of notable importance is the dam classification of the large-scale infiltration basin at the north of the site. The NJDEP classifies dams according to their hazard potential should the dam fail. Classes 1 through 3 are reviewed by the DEP and are dams that represent high, significant, or low hazard potential. Class 4 dams are reviewed locally by municipalities and are dams that are restricted by size, but also must be determined to not have a high or significant hazard potential. The basin for this site meets the size restrictions of a Class 4 dam, but no determination has been provided from the DEP that excludes the basin from meeting the hazard criteria of a Class 1 or 2 dam. This determination, it's required for the stormwater consultant to determine that it's compliant with the ordinance. Without this, it's difficult for Joe Scupian to make that determination. If the DEP determines that the dam is classified as Class 1, 2, or 3, the project would be reviewed by the DEP. I can get into some specifics as to what Class 1, 2, or 3 dams are if you have any questions. Be happy to answer them. And I know Joe Scupian is also here if there are any additional questions.
Just to clarify, it's the applicant's responsibility to reach out to DEP on this issue. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from board members for Mr. Weissman or Mr. Scupian, who's also joining us? Hearing none, then Mr. Muller, I would say that the board has decided to follow the advice of our professionals and carry this application to the next date that was available, which was December 6th. Please note, board members, this is a Wednesday night and would be a special meeting. Anything else I need to say, Jerry, regarding there won't be any formal noticing?
Correct.
Okay,
Yep, you've said everything needs to be said.
great. Thank you. And with that, I think that I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll
Thank you,
second.
Mr. McGowan, and seconded by Mr. Texarney. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Dan.
Bye.
Good night.
Thanks, Carrie, for all your help. Good night.
You're welcome. Good night.